what's funny about today, guys? Today we're going to be eating Lunchables. And today my hair also does not look anywhere near as purple as it should. See, burgundy is like purple and brown. And I wanted my hair to look purpley. I did know it would look dark, but it just looks dark brown. It doesn't look anything special, okay? But anyway, here's what I got. One of these, which, I've seen a lot of, things of people, finding things in these on Facebook. Which, by the way, look at the color of that. So, I think what I'm gonna do... I shouldn't have to, right? Like, I remember drinking these all the time as a kid, and then I didn't drink them for about probably about 10 years, and weird to think I've been alive that long. Actually, it's been more than 10 years, because the last one I probably drank, I probably was legit 12, and I'm 26 now, so it's been over 10 years. It's been, like, 26, 13, 14 years. So, I haven't drank one in a while, and the last time I heard about them on Facebook, like, I was hearing these things where people were finding things in the bottom of these, so what I might do is move to the table, plug that in, because my iPod's gonna die, and put it in a cup, because I know that sounds really paranoid, but, I don't feel like I haven't drank one of these in a long time, and, like, you can see into the bottom, and that's green. That is fucking green. That is not the color fruit punch is supposed to be. If you ask anybody, fruit punch is supposed to be what? Red, yeah, there we go. The fruit punch... Fruit punch flavored juice blend, which I would imagine if it was apple juice and orange juice, and I think they have pineapple here, and cherry and grape, then maybe you would get green out of it, because grapes are green on the inside. Cherries aren't really red. I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but they're not fucking red. Mind blown. They are literally, actually they are red, never mind. They're red. They bleach them, then they dye them red again whenever they put them in, like, the little jars and stuff. See, I don't know that number. We keep getting calls from unknown numbers, and we don't answer them. We don't answer those! So, what else we have in here is, of course, the old standby. The old pizza, Lunchables. Some of you are probably going, really, Jess? This is what you're reduced to? Eating fucking Lunchables on camera? I know, it's a little unorthodox for a 26-year-old to be eating a Lunchables. I'm not gonna put that in a cup, and I'm gonna sit here and eat it. I'm gonna be comfortable. Because we've all put together a Lunchable, and I'm just trying to make some nostalgia. But these Lunchables are supposed to come with one of these 3 games, which is Sorry Knockout, Monopoly Token Toss-Up, and Twister, which is a twister for your fingers, which... I don't know anything grosser than... Okay, because imagine the normal setting that these games would be played in. A kid who's just eaten his lunch, who's probably also just wiped his fucking boogers all over his hands in, like, elementary school, and him and his friends are going to play fucking finger twister? And be touching each other's hands? I hear the flu! So let's just see what game came here. I'm not gonna do what everybody does and bite these open. Please don't be one of the gross ones. Yahtzee. How do you play this Yahtzee? Youngest player goes first. Players take turns revealing Yahtzee dice rolls. Player who finds the most Yahtzee dice rolls. If you uncover Lunchables Heroes Platy or Jackie, go again. When you find a Yahtzee, be sure to say Yahtzee. Hint, each game board has 5 hidden Yahtzee rolls. So, they do know Yahtzee comes with a piece of fucking dice, right? Or, I don't know. This is what it looks like. I think it's a scratching game, like you scratch it off. I'm gonna keep this and play it later with somebody. I don't know. I'll figure out the rules when I play it, because those rules are fucking confusing, and I'm deprived of food. What's funny is, this is what I ate today. I already ate one of the regular ones, one of, like, the small ones that doesn't come with one of these shits, and I already ate that. So, basically, and I've just seen a notification for Logan Paul coming out with a video called Suicide, Be Here Tomorrow. The last person that needs to be talking about suicide right now is you, Logan. You're not going to see this video. If you do, it's because one of your friends said, oh, everyone's talking about you, and you literally typed in your fucking name. And I happen to remember that I talked about you, so I put you in the tags. But no. This is a mukbang. This is a Lunchables mukbang. So what I'm going to do, because I'm a pussy, but at the same time I'm like, not that much of a pussy, I'm going to put the straw down through this, and I'm going to taste this, and see if it brings back any sordid memories. I didn't eat these a lot as a kid, I didn't. I know I look like the kind of person that started out skinny, and then my mother started handing me Lunchables, and that's how I got fat, but no. It's in my genetics. Actually, it probably is, to be honest. It's weird, though, because some people in my family are, like, heavy in the kind of way where you'd expect them to be a little overweight just because of how they look and whatever. And it's not an unhealthy point, it's not obesity. But they're overweight. I had one of these for breakfast, by the way, so me eating another one's a little redundant. But you guys didn't get to see me eat one for breakfast. And the one I had for breakfast was not the special one. So, I wish that they would start putting... You know what I preferred to these? Especially now after I've seen little video clips on Facebook of mothers finding, like, organisms in them. Those little juice boxes of, like, Hawaiian Punch, which I know it doesn't matter which one it is, it's all sugar. And this whole thing is the least nutritious thing you could buy someone to eat for lunch. I'm gonna wear this. I'm not that weak. I know I'm not that weak. It always felt... Okay. Oh god, memories. I can taste the aluminum foil. The pouch that it came in, literally. You know, if you blow on this, I think it comes out after you blow on it. It tastes good, but it doesn't taste like anything in particular. Like, fruit punch is a very interesting thing. Like, and why do they call it punch? Why did punch become punch? Like, was it like, I'm gonna punch you if you don't fucking drink this? Like, was that the go-to? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know where the fuck that word came from. In case you never had one of these, if you're from another country, or you don't know what they look like, there's 3 of these pizza crusts in here, and there's a sauce underneath it. There's a crunch bar, there's some cheese, and there's some pepperonis. And I have to eat one of these pepperonis by itself. Like, who doesn't? And the cheap ones, the pepperonis taste like bologna. Like, it doesn't have the oomph that actual pepperoni does. And by the way, you can make these in the microwave, but I did once. Don't do it. Because there's no... Also, like this video if this is the sweetest fucking pizza sauce you've ever had in your life. If somebody comments on this video and goes, I've never had one of those, Jess, I'll be like, why are you watching food videos? Why aren't you experiencing food? Like, why aren't you out there actually eating foods that you've never had before? The reason these seem so expensive to me, I think, is because of the fact that, like, there's a good bit of food in it. But the majority of the people buying these are not buying them at my age for themselves. They're buying them for a little kid that is going to eat half of it, most likely. Either get full and stop eating it, or they're going to... throw it all over the place, because little kids do that when they're eating. And I mean little kids. I don't mean like 10-year-olds or 11-year-olds. I mean like a freaking 6-year-old or a 5-year-old that has no respect for anything and doesn't realize how much his mother pays for his food. So he'd be like eating it in the cafeteria and he'd be like, you know what, I don't even want to eat this anymore. I want to go play this game that came with it. And they'd literally end up on the floor and not eaten. So like $3 for something like this seems like a lot. But it's not. This one wasn't free. It was like 2 something. But 2 something is basically free. Don't pretend you don't round it up to the next dollar when you're in the store and something is 2 something. Or 3 something. I wanted to tell you guys, I don't know if I mentioned this in a video before. I've mentioned in videos about people having kids and me not wanting them, ever. But I am trying to, which I already have the blood work done. I already have my paper signed. I'm going to try and get, well, I say try because I need to figure out a week to do it. I'm planning on doing a tubule ligation. If you don't know what that means, it means getting my tubes tied, removed, burn off, whatever. What tubes am I referring to? Fallopian tubes, because I don't want children. A fallopian tube, if you need this biology lesson, goes from the ovary to the uterus. And that's how the eggs get into the uterus. First of all, I don't even know if I'm capable of having kids. I've been heavy my entire life, so for all I know, I could already be infertile. I've had people accidentally go inside me. I've had condoms break. And I've had the pull-out method a lot. But I don't want to have to worry about it anymore. So I'm trying, I have plans to get that done. If I could, I would have someone take a camera in and film it. And blur out people's faces. But I don't know that the hospital that I'm going to does that. Plus, I don't feel like bothering someone to not only drive me home and there, but have to film the whole time. And needless to say, I'm probably going to have to get a complete stranger to take me because my mom doesn't want to take me. She's one of the people that, said that I'm not responsible to ever have kids, so I should use protection and stuff like that. Backfired on you, didn't it? I never wanted kids. It's not her fault. From the time that I've been old enough to conceive a child and have my period, I never wanted kids. And the more that I saw people getting pregnant, the more I hated the idea of it myself. The more I see people wiping a kid's nose or laughing with their kid, even, like, a child's laughter is annoying to me. Don't ask me why. I get it that they're usually having fun and it's joy, but it's one of the most irritating sounds on the earth to me. And everyone will comment on this video going, but your kid's laugh will be different. No, my kid's laugh will get on my nerves even more, because if it's my kid, it'll be stuck with me all the time. And, don't even go there. So, what I want to do basically is have my tubes taken out. I do want to see what they look like. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gross, so I want to see what they look like when they take them out. I want to see how big they actually are. The reason that I'm saying they might take them out instead of just burning them off or tying them off or whatever is because the doctor told me that they're doing studies right now that say or suggest that cervical cancer and stuff like that actually starts in the fallopian tubes. And, if I get them completely out, and that is the case, and my mom was like, oh, I wouldn't let them make you a guinea pig. If I volunteer for it, and this is the thing, like, I don't see how getting them taken completely out versus having them cut off and burnt, or having them tied off, would make a difference. I'm trying to do this mukbang a little different. Here's what the pizzas look like when they're made. I hope you can see that. Pepperoni. Whoever invented pepperoni, God bless you. I know it's somebody that's probably dead already, but, like, God bless you. I hope you went to heaven. Like, boy, girl, you did it. I know it was probably somebody Italian, I do know that. My mom's texting me. She says, are you home yet? Should I say no so she doesn't come home? She's gonna call me and ask me to do a bunch of lame ass fucking shit. I'm gonna have to pause the video the minute my phone starts ringing. Lunchable is such a weird word. It's the word able and the word lunch. I'm a chipmunk. Either way though, like, when you eat Lunchables, you probably don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel able to do anything. So, it's a little bit backwards. And it's more like it's. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. This is literally my lunch. But I had one of these for breakfast, like I said, I keep saying it. And I normally hate these, but if it's in like a Lunchable or something, I'll eat it. Like if I was trick-or-treating and somebody gave me one of those, I would eat it. But I wouldn't buy them, you know what I mean? I don't consider Rice Krispies in a candy bar candy. That's literally all it is. I kept seeing Chris Crocker. There's a name you haven't heard for a while. Unless you're like me and you keep up on all the memes and all the online jokes and people that were involved in them. He was arguing that the American Kit Kats, the wrapper color is actually orange. And that in Canada it's a completely different company that makes them. And that theirs are actually red. And I realized his eyes may just interpret that color as orange. that's fine, and that's fair. But that doesn't mean he's right. Okay? Like, I try to give Homeboy the benefit of the doubt. I like the content he's creating right now. He just makes pretty funny videos. Also, if you don't know who Chris Crocker is from a time in YouTube history when anything goes. Shane Dawson is also from that time. A lot of people that I watch, that I still watch, are from those periods of time. They originally started in, like, the 00s. And you didn't have to try so hard to be, you know, heard of back then. And if you, you just had to have something that someone wanted, you know what I mean? Like, you had to have an ability that made you interesting, you had to have a talent, you had to be funny, you had to, something about you had to be unique and interesting, and something that people would be curious about or seek out. Now, people are literally getting 3 million hits because they're talking shit about a certain person. Or they're doing some kind of challenge, like eating Tide Pods, or eating a fucking spoonful of cinnamon, or putting ice on their skin with salt, and burning their skin. So, it's very frustrating. This is the last bit. My iPod just told me my battery was going dead. But yeah. I hope that my YouTube channel gets bigger, and that I can make money off of it. Not because that's all it is for me, because that's not all it is for me. I like expressing myself, I like talking, I like ranting, I like making people laugh with my videos. If you haven't noticed, I like my rant videos to be kind of funny and outrageous. Even if I'm seriously fucking pissed. My videos, even when I'm seriously pissed and I'm ranting, I try and make it funny. Even if I'm being serious and I, like that video where I'm like, stop fetishizing shit. People were fetishizing my burps and my farts and my other shit. Yes, I was irritated. Yes, I thought it was fucked up. Yes, I thought it was gross. Do what you want, just don't tell me you're doing it. And go to someone else's video and do it, because that's not why I make these videos. Anyway, it was funny. The way that I was speaking, I was being very over the top, and I was angry. I wasn't that angry, but I was annoyed, because it kept happening. And, you know, it got the point across, but it was also entertaining, and I hope that that video made you guys laugh. Also, I hate the fact that nowadays YouTube has a parental guideline mode. If your 4-year-old is on your phone and finds a YouTube video that you don't want them to see, that is your fault. That's not YouTube's fault. That's not the content creator's fault. That's your fault. That's your fault for not watching your kid closer. Because there are tutorials on this platform that show nudity and things like that. There are videos that for educational purposes show how to put on a condom. It shows it on a dildo or a banana. But if a kid asks you, what's that? What are they doing with it? You're going to have to either explain it to them or say, never mind, and why are you on this? And I know kids see things they're not supposed to sometimes, and they hear things they're not supposed to. But these people that are so up in arms about the fact that some YouTubers curse or create content like this, if you really want a platform that shows little kids' videos, there are television networks called Sprout and Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. Either that, or get them one of those little leapfrog things and, download some of their favorite movies to it or something. I don't know. If you really want to keep your kid that sheltered, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, because there's things you definitely don't want your little kid to see, I understand. But there's things that if they see, it's just they're just going to be like, oh, well, that's just part of the world. You know, if they hear someone saying the word fuck, you know, they're going to hear that word a lot growing up. Chances are they've heard you say it, their parent, they've heard their older sibling say it. And it doesn't mean they're going to start repeating it. It doesn't mean they're going to pick up that behavior, because my one cousin, now she's like 22 or something now, and she barely ever curses. But she grew up with a father that cursed all the time. The guy he's her stepdad, he actually raised her. He curses all the time. I'm assuming that he did the same thing when she was growing up. I curse around her little sisters curse, her mother curses, her stepfather curses. But she doesn't. When she does, she's mad or she's being goofy, but she doesn't usually curse. I knew her for like a year and a half before I ever heard her say even hell. And I think hell was the first curse word I ever heard her say. But, you can't necessarily say that because they see or hear something that they're going to repeat it or they're going to try and copy that. First of all, if your kid does, you need to start showing them some more individuality and let them know that just because someone else does it and they seem like they're having fun does not mean that you're going to have fun doing it. And that's the truth. Too many people sit there and say, oh, well, if it's fun for, no. Not everyone's the same. They're not. But I'm gonna go now, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this mukbang. I know you didn't really get to see my food very much. I hope that my subject matter that I was talking about was interesting. Hope you guys have a beautiful day.